Everybody, it's Belinda. Today I have Tessa Marie from the Tessa Marie Show and Morning Blessings on here to talk about two self care rituals that you can do to have a better day at work. Thank you so much for coming, Tessa Marie.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Belinda. I really love coming to visit you and offering you some of my tiny rituals or my big rituals, whatever they are. But so it's really nice being here, and let's see what we can come up with today.
Excellent. I know a lot of people, I talk about in a lot of my videos that people for work, they need to practice their self-care techniques. And some people don't know what that is. Can you share some self-care rituals that you do that can help people better take care of themselves?
The biggest one for me and for observing others, friends, is not knowing what to wear the next day. And you might think because it's clothes is not self care. But have you ever seen somebody trying to get an outfit to wear for work and the bed looks like the entire closet is sitting on the bed because they put this on, they take it out, they put this on, they take it out, and they're living a mess behind and they're rushing. That is huge because by the time you leave this house, you are frustrated. You come back and you're going and you're not, even at that time, you're not sure what you're wearing. Is that what you want to wear for work? And then halfway through, you iron the tie. Oh my God, it's missing a button. So you come back to the house to change it. And the cycle goes on. So that might cause you to be late. You're already flustered. You might have forgotten to take your lunch with you, or you forgot something because you're rushing. So what I recommend, one of the things I recommend, and I do that with my self-care Sunday, is preparing what you're going to wear for the week on Sunday. That may seem silly, but spend an hour on Sunday, look at the garments you have planned for you to wear for the next 5 days or however days you are. If your week starts on Thursday and Sunday is a regular work day for you, then on Wednesday is your day off then. So then prepare for the week by looking at clothes. You might find this one is missing a button, or that one I can't wear. It's too tight, it's too short, it's to this, it's to that. So you're not in the middle of that transition on the day in the morning, 10 minutes before you leave the house. So that prepares you to have a better care. And it is self-care because it's what you're wearing. Self-care doesn't always have to do with the body. It does your mind. It gives you peace of mind. You're feeling good. You've got the right garments on and you're ready to go. So prepare your garments. At least if you cannot do them on Sunday, spend some time the night before to get them ready.
Excellent. And I never would have thought that as a self-care, but the way you explained it, that is exactly self-care because it's peace of mind. Is one less thing you have to worry about in the morning. You already know you can fit it. Their buttons are there, everything. So I never thought of it that way. That's excellent. Everybody, you hear that? That's excellent self-care. That's our number one self-care. Can you tell us one more? Can you share with us one more self-care ritual to have a better day?
That one is really important to me. And that one is deciding to bring your lunch. Okay. Or bring something to eat from home. Especially if what the opportunity is going to be something that is fast food, something that you shouldn't have, something that's not going to help you think properly. It's not brain helping at all. Mm-hmm. So what I recommend is that you use what I always had some leftovers from dinner, which I took for lunch. But you also need to have something in your stomach before you leave the house. So whatever your meal set is for your breakfast, you should arrange to have it. You should not be stopping on your way to work to buy carbs. Carbs is not helping the brain to function. Fats, maybe, some protein. Mm-hmm. So my recommendation, and that is a big ritual for me, and it gives you peace of mind. You might not believe that what you eat affects you, and that is self-care. If you're eating constantly buying takeout, besides everything else, it's not good for you. You'll notice your skin looks differently, or you might all of a sudden develop acne because you're sitting there and you're half gobbling this food, not even chewing properly because it's fast food and you want to eat it, the smell, the intoxication of it. But if you prepare the meal that you want to have at lunch and you can put in a fruit, and maybe you don't want an apple or you don't like fruits, I don't care what you put, but something is prepared so that you have a meal that you don't have to concentrate on spending that kind of money. And a regular lunch can cost $15 or a little bit more sometimes.
Yes.
And that is 5 days a week. That is self care.
Mm-hmm.
So self care doesn't always have to do with the body. The mind, the spirit is part of you. So if make sure you pack your lunch. If you can afford to buy it, then make sure you do something that is good for you and healthy for you. But to begin the journey, have something at home in the morning. Make time to sit and relax enough. A half an hour, sit in, breakfast. You don't have to watch TV while eating because it tends to make you eat more and faster. Right. So try to be in a calm position in the morning after you're dressed to sit and have something to eat before you leave the house. And then the second part, which is so big, it covers the first part, is what you eat during the day will affect how you sleep at night.
Wow.
Because what you have for lunch, is it going to make you hungrier and hungrier? Some foods we eat, like carbs, all the time, makes us hungry and we want more and we want more. It's addictive. It's a sugar. And we want more of it. And then that prevents you from having a good night's rest. So it affects your day the next day. Because if you can't sleep and you're all stimulated, the caffeine content. So all of what you do affects your entire life.
That's so very powerful. Because a lot of people don't think that. When you think of self-care, you don't think of things like that. But that is so important. That is so very important. Why do you think people don't think about that as self-care? Why do you think people don't consider that?
When people hear the word self-care, they think of just the exercising, facials, eye treatments, body brushing, polishing, like how I call it, applying creams, drinking water, eating better. But they don't look at those 2 points we just discussed as self-care. People don't look at it. But if you are rushing, you're going to be panicking. If you're panicking, you're sooner going to do something that causes you to get hurt.
Right.
You could be rushing out of the house and not having put on your shoes properly because you're late, because you have to change your clothes 10 times. And then you might trip. Then you go to work, you didn't prepare for lunch, and you the first fast food you see, you have it. Then in the middle of eating it, you realize this is loaded with onions. I have a meeting with my boss in half an hour. He's going to smell this. I smell like the food. So there's so many things that affect self-care that people don't realize. Self-care is the complete you. It's body, mind, soul, and spirit. It's all of you. Your body is the only thing that you see, but your soul reacts to it. And you're sitting there and saying, I wonder if they can taste this. And, so it affects your behavior.
Right.
It affects your perception. It affects your attention because you're worried about one thing and you're not concentrating on what's happening in the moment.
Right. Right. So everybody, do you hear that? Self-care is important. It is the mind, body, soul, spirit. Did I leave one out?
No, you got them all.
I got them all. It's everything. It is more than just facials, and it's more than just meditation or things like that. So I learned something today because I never thought preparing your clothes the night before was self-care. But when you think about it, it is peace of mind. It's one less activity that you have to think about. Now, go ahead.
Linda, when my children were growing up and they were in school, that was what I did on Sunday afternoons. I would they went to a private school, so all their uniforms were lined up. Mm-hmm. And I would have 5, 6 shirts. I always had 6 because they were white shirts, right. 6 of them. And I got them to clean the shoes, polish the shoes. And everything was lined up in downstairs, mm-hmm. so that everybody knew. They would just go lift it up and take it off so that they can get dressed in the morning. So that they too had that ritual that everything was ready. And I did the same for me and my husband. He would be ironing all his shirts to make sure they were ready for him to go to work for the whole week.
Right.
And we did the same. I knew everything because when you're in a family dynamic, you don't have time to sort this out and to get people to wear, even if they don't have a uniform, you should still know what everybody is wearing if you are part of that group and you're the matriarch or the mother.
Right.
And for yourself, you do the same thing.
Right. So for this types of tips, steps, rituals, you want to go to Tessa Marie at the Tessa Marie Show Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 7 p.m. on Instagram. And for your morning blessings on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 8 a.m. So you can start your day with Tessa Marie and end your day with Tessa Marie at the Tessa Marie Show. Thank you so much for coming on today. We appreciate everything that you gave us today.
Thank you, Belinda. It was a pleasure, as always. I love coming to your programs. They're so interesting, and I know that we're reaching out to help one person out there, and that matters to me.
That's right. So we'll see y'all at the next video.